Hey, what's up? It's New Brew Thursday. Got some new beer here. This one is a barrel series from out of Slow Brew. I brought this one back from California with me. This one is, well, it says number 2, Chocolate Banana Stout, aged in rye whiskey barrels. Let's see, Rod and Hammer's Slow Stills, it says on there, along with Slow Brew. Slow Brew, Slow Stills. Just as swell meets shore, amazing things happen when beer meets barrel. Complex and unique flavors develop and deepen from the charred and spirit-infused oak. Pour into a snifter glass and allow to open up to reveal the spirit within. It says the style is barrel-aged imperial stout, brewed with chocolate malt and banana. It's got notes of smooth chocolate, banana sweetness, and whiskey spice. 12.5% alcohol by volume, 30 IBUs. Was released in 2020. So it's fairly heavy, should be pretty dark. Should be pretty good. That's what I'm hoping anyway. It's the first time I've had it, like actually and for real. It's not like, this is the first time I'm checking this in. I haven't had this before, but first time I'm checking it in. This is not the first time I'm checking this in. Well, this is going to be the first time I'm checking this in, but it's also going to be the first time that I've ever had it. Because I just bought the 4-pack because I was like, oh, that should be pretty good. And it wouldn't surprise me if it turns out that I'm right. Because I like stouts. They're delicious. They taste good. And they're at the very least interesting. So, yeah, super dark. Into a snifter, because I can. It smells like bananas, but like ripe bananas, not like green bananas, which is one of those flavors that I do not like in my beer, which is why I don't like a whole big bunch of Belgian beers, because they all taste like green bananas. At least I think that's what it is. There could be something else there, too. Whoa. It's thick. It's a little boozy. Definitely some sweetness. So it's super dark chocolate flavor there, which is interesting. Man. Mostly what I'm tasting is the chocolate malt and the beer part. I'm not really getting it like that. It's sweet, but I don't know if it's sweet like a banana, like even a super ripe banana. I think mostly what the banana is giving it is this thick, heavy mouthfeel, which is fine because it adds to the way that you drink the stout, because they should be thick, or at least seem thick. I'm sure that adding like a pound of bananas is the same as adding like a pound of honey to a wort. That 16 or to a 5-gallon bucket of wort, and it ups the ABV by 1%. Yeah, that's how that works. Yeah. What does this remind me of? It reminds me of the KBS, the Kentucky Breakfast Stout from Founders, mostly, just because of the dark, boozy beer. The fact that it's got banana in it. Oh, that little burp there tasted like bananas. Go figure. The banana in it reminds me of a story that I was told when I was at Cellarman's, which is a meadery down, or was a meadery down in Hazel Park. Had friends that worked there, and they're on to bigger and better things, I guess. Something other than making, well, there are some of those guys that are making mead still, and then my friend was going to open up an Irish pub, but I don't know how that's working out for him because he was planning on opening it in the middle of 2020, so who knows how that's going. But he was telling me that they made this one mead. I'm sure you guys can hear the air conditioner because there's a vent right here above my head, which is what you guys are going to be hearing probably, besides me talking mostly, would be my guess. So anyway, this one mead that they had, it tasted like banana waffles. The Hoser mead, I don't remember exactly what it was, but banana waffles, loads of maple syrup. You could taste the maple syrup in there. You could taste bananas. It was delicious. Asked about it like a year later or so. I'm like, hey, why don't you have any more of that? And how it was explained to me was that when they had that working, it'd work out really well. The first month or so that they had those kegs. But if you kept a keg, it would come out like super thick, like sludgy, not like syrupy, like sludgy, like drip out of the tap, was how it was explained to me. I'm not sure exactly how that works, but it sounds kind of gross and not something that I would want to drink necessarily. I mean, you could make ice cream out of it probably, and it'd be super delicious. But then would it really be ice cream? Or would it be a sorbet? It doesn't matter, it'd still be awesome. And they probably should have thought about that, but I'll bet you that they didn't. I'll bet. Let's see, what else do I got? So that's 2 beers that it reminds me of, and a little story about what it reminds me of. What else? Okay, so another big part of why I didn't drink this while I was in California, it's big and dark and sweet and absolutely not what I think of when I think of a California beer. I'm sorry, it's just not. They do IPAs really well out there on the West Coast. Those West Coast IPAs way better than the East Coast IPAs, in my opinion. Which is also why I like the Two-Hearted IPA better than a bunch of other beers. But yeah, like a regular IPA, the one that you're thinking of when you're thinking of an IPA, like all day IPA, that's kind of what I think of when I think of a California beer. You'd think of something like Steam Engine Stout or oh shoot, what is that? Not a Steam Engine Stout. That's from Mountain Town. The Steam Brew from there in San Francisco. I don't remember what. It's Anchor Steam, something like that. Think of that, or you think of, well, I mean, all kinds of gold in California. So, shoot, the 49ers, named after the gold rush. You think of something light, golden. This is dark and heavy. More likely to be brewed in the UP than just about anywhere else. You know, someplace where the Edmund Fitzgerald doesn't make you scratch your head and say, I wonder what that was. Man. So the banana makes it thick. I'm a little bit concerned if I keep these for too long that I'm going to have to make a sorbet out of them. And that will be pretty interesting. Brewed with chocolate malt and banana. So yeah, there's probably banana in there, and there's probably a big bunch of mucilage that'll all form up in the bottom of the can and be super lovely as it comes out. These ones are always a little bit longer, I've noticed, when I'm drinking something heavier. It's a little harder to think of stories to tell you guys. I really like doing this. It's like having a beer with friends. But, you know, I have a bunch of really dumb sayings that I say to myself mostly, but when I'm working alone at work, there's a few jobs that you get to be pretty much all by yourself in retail, very few of them. And my favorites are the ones that I get to do by myself. Stocking shelves at night, pushing carts, that was another good one. You know, you don't get to, you get to have the best company, I think. My best friend and me. To, you know, keep you company. Just stuck there with your thoughts. So yeah, it's a lot more like I'm having a beer with friends. Well, more than one, because there are actually people watching this, which is awesome. I like that a ton. But really, I like doing this because, well, I like drinking and I like telling people about it. But normally when I'm, well, one, it's harder to go out and do this for real. Two, it's hard to find time with my friends to be able to go out and do this stuff. Three, this is way easier to do because I've got a crazy schedule. And my schedule doesn't line up with my friends, like barely ever. So doing this, hopefully it'll make them feel like they're getting a chance to hang out with friends and have a beer. That'd be awesome. Yeah. It's great. It's like having a whole big bunch of friends. You guys can be my friends. I changed my Twitter handle. So that one's at tubajake_69 also now. Just like my YouTube channel here, tubajake_69. Untapped's still the same though, tubajake. Mostly because I don't think I want to try to change it. Maybe I will. We'll find out. But, yeah, so you can catch me there. Like the video. Subscribe. That'd be super awesome. I've actually got a subscriber. Super sweet. Yeah, running low on this guy. So that's probably a good thing because I'm running out of things to say. Just so long as it doesn't taste like the end of the banana. You know, really, I don't think that end of the banana is so much the flavor of it as it is the thought of that being the bottom end of the banana, if you know what I mean. Maybe you do. I don't know. So anyway, I got a quote for you. Hopefully this helps you guys out too. It's from Frida Kahlo. She's an artist, painter mostly. They made a movie about her. Selma Hayek was Frida Kahlo, which is weird because she actually looks a lot like Frida Kahlo, and it's really difficult to imagine Frida Kahlo looking like Selma Hayek, because they're like one of Frida Kahlo's most famous pieces is a portrait of herself. Anyway, she says, "Nothing is worth more than laughter." I think she's probably right. I like to laugh. Listen to a lot of comedy. I'd say watch a lot of comedy, but I really don't because I don't have time to do that. But I can listen to podcasts at 2 times speed, so I get to hear everything that all of those comedians have to say on their podcasts if I really want to. But not on Spotify because I haven't signed up for that yet, which might be a thing that I do. Who knows? We'll find out. It probably is a thing that I should do, but I just don't care to because Apple's already tracking me. It probably won't hurt anymore to have somebody else track me too. So anyway, great seeing everybody. I'm going to get it out of here. Thanks for tuning in.